timestamp. It's July 25th. Interesting gurgle sound there. About 9 p.m. I am up. Another one of those flies is in here. I do not know where Mike Pence is. Leave me alone. I'm up past my bedtime again. Confession to make. There is a phone app called Disney Magic Kingdoms that I'm moderately addicted to. We're in the middle of a tournament thingy. There's a tower contest going on right now. And I am duking it out with someone named Carmen for basically you design your own Disney park, you unlock characters and attractions and concession stands and stuff like that. That's like a very crude roller coaster tycoon, but Disney. But I'm in competition with someone named Carmen for a Mickey Mouse gold medal concession stand. It's a souvenir stand. We're going head to head on the tower challenge. Everybody else is pretty much dropped off, but the two of us are duking it out currently, so. This is my Gorf mug. You youngsters, feel free to Google it. It was like pretty much one of my favorite arcade games back in the day. Okay, the coffee's a little bit better if I go a little heavier on the creamer. I love good coffee, and I get a lot of the from like Ollie's and some of the discount stores. I'll pick up some of the Harry and David coffee because it's typically magnificent. This one is a hazelnut, praline, and cinnamon blend. I don't know that I'm enjoying it. I'll drink it because it's here, and I'll blend in other things to at least use it, but I'll have to ask Alex if he likes it. He's the other coffee drinker in the house. But I do not care for it. I wanted to make something different. I made it, and I'm like kind of regretting it. You know, it's funny. I was thinking about I'm also working on YouTube right now doing uploads and stuff like that, so I'm trying to dovetail. My shepherd's annoyed because he's locked up for the night. I had the passing thought. I was thinking about the whole timestamp thing that I do just to make sure I don't get lost, even though it seems to record the date as part of the video ID, but I'm going to keep doing it this way just in case. But it's kind of having flashbacks to Jekyll and Hyde, which, if you know me, it's a musical that I desperately want to do while I still can get away with it. And I think I look young enough to where I could still get away with it, even, you know, because he can be in his 30s, and a lot of people, I still don't know where Mike Pence is. Bugger off. A lot of people actually think I'm in my 30s, which that's pretty cool. Need to get my dental work done, obviously, but it's on my bucket list. I really want to do that before. I mean, there's some other shows that I want to do too, but most of those I could do now, or I could do 10 years from now. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to stay alive as far as the emphysema and all that. Everybody's telling me that as long as I quit smoking, and again, 2 cigars for the day. Yeah, okay. But everybody's telling me I've got 20 years plus before I need to worry, as long as I do what I'm supposed to be doing, which I mostly am. Because I can still, I'm not really suffering shortness of breath, which I guess is like the big symptom that you're supposed to have. I haven't seen the pulmonologist yet, so I might have much better lung function than they were in the, oh, my necklace is dangling. I was like, what is that against my arm? Because the CT scan, they kind of put me down as moderate. But based on my lack of symptoms. I don't know. I feel like I'm mild. I mean, the doc still can't even hear me breathe when she's listening with a stethoscope. It was like 1 out of 7 times she heard a slight wheeze. So, yeah, I don't know. And I know I have to get a like gold rating and FEV rating and all that. But I don't know that I really... I don't know. But if I can slow the progression down, you know, I've got enough breath control right now where I could do a show. I don't know that I could do Gilbert and Sullivan, but I don't know that I could have done Gilbert and Sullivan 20 years ago. Just because the tongue twisting, breathy, all of it. But yeah, no, they're bucket list wise, I want to do Sweeney Todd, which I love Johnny Depp, but I resent the film version of it. Full disclosure. Yes, Rhodey. Sweeney Todd is one of few. It's Sondheim, so you know you had me at hello. I love the show, but it's one of few shows out there where the lead is written as a baritone bass. Other baritones, other basses out there will no doubt understand and agree with what I'm saying. Most of your shows out there are written for tenors. You know, as a baritone or as a bass, you can play, in some cases, the villain, which, that's fun. Rocky Horror, Frankenfurter's written for baritones, that's one thing. Some of you know I did that one not too long ago. But like Rent, I did Rent right before we did Rocky Horror. And Mark Cohen, tenor. Roger, rock tenor. You know, and it's just kind of a curse of musical theater. You know, I can play the father of the bride, the father of the hero, the villain, but more often than not, and Sweeney is kind of the villain or the hero. Really depends on your viewpoint. He's a little bit of both. But yeah, for the film version, they changed the music so that Johnny Depp, a tenor, could play the part, and I kind of resent that a little bit. I love him. I love Tim Burton, the whole gang, and Helena Bonham Carter is a really, really fun Mrs. Lovett, I have to admit. But she plays psychotic really well. And she's probably a delight in real life. That's usually how it works. But anyway, I want to play Sweeney Todd, which I could do that at this age. I could do it in 10 years. I want to play Scrooge. I'm moderately obsessed with A Christmas Carol and the musical Scrooge. Interestingly enough, the lyricist for Scrooge many years later was the lyricist for Jekyll and Hyde, Leslie Bricusse. So I guess I'm a fan of his lyrics. I don't know, but so you know that's a thing. I would love to play Javert in Les Mis. I could probably get away with that. Production-wise, I would not want to helm the production. I mean, I don't have space or a budget or anything like that anyway. But the set design terrifies me. The set on that is so complicated. That terrifies me. Yeah. Yeah, not sure about that. I was supposed to have a chiropractic appointment today, but we've got a tire that the little tire indicator light in the car is on, and I stopped at one of the gas stations to use their air machine because I could see that the front tire was a little bit low, and the thing was broken. After about 5 minutes of waiting to speak to someone there, the manager finally came out of the back and let me know, oh yeah, the machine's broken. But you know, the Wawa up the street, you probably could use that one. It's like, that's like 3-4 miles away. I don't want to risk it, getting further away from my house with a tire that is a little dubious. But yeah, no, I was thinking the rabbits, they're running around. The time stamping, it just reminds me of Jekyll and Hyde to a degree. Because I still don't know where Mike Pence is. In quite a few variations of it, Jekyll is making journal entries, and it's sort of done as a the word escapes me. It's done typically pre-recorded. Sometimes he actually says the words that he is writing in his journal, but it's a good way of kind of catching you up and or moving time forward. But yeah, I keep having that thought. October 13th, 11:56 p.m. I have started this alone, and I must finish it alone. There is no longer a choice. I know that I must use myself as a subject to the experiment. Yeah, I know the script. I need my dental work in a theater, and we can do it now. Man, I want to do that show so bad. And no, before I get asked, I don't know what my infatuation with mad scientist stories is, because I'm an arts guy. I'm not even, I don't know. But there seems to be a dark edge to the parts that I like. And I'm actually a nice guy. I don't know. It's very strange. But yeah, I'm duking it out with Carmen for that concession stand. Und I am uploading videos and experimenting with YouTube. Because I did this a long time ago, and I'm sure the channel's still up. When we were doing the improv shows, we had uploaded some of the improv shows in bits and pieces. And I've got people that want me to find certain sketches and things. It's on my list, but man, my list is long. And I've got thumb drives and discs and all kinds of data storage, like to hell and back. So going through all that is more of a challenge than most people realize. And our house is, ever since the shop closed, our house is part home, part warehouse. We are in such disarray. I don't even know where to begin with some of it. I probably got storage stuff packed away and stuff that we haven't even looked at yet, and it's been like 8 years. Just because we have no room to move in this house. It's nuts. And we actually had years ago now, we had a leak. We had a leak in our roof during one of the hurricanes. Just, a person could climb through the hole. Took the drywall out, the drywall ceiling and the actual roof. We've gotten a new roof since then. But it was one of the rooms where we were storing things. So we got a lot of stuff that was destroyed, water damage, which is annoying. Some valuable stuff, some not so much. Some fixtures, annoying, and messy. Yeah, still don't know where he is. You are really annoying. So, yeah. So anyway, and I was urged to do this by my lawyer, no, by someone else. This is just me talking. It's not necessarily exciting. When happens, because that's kind of what we call around here the idea that my parents are in their 80s and they're not in great health. And they're not necessarily taking care of things the way they should, quite frankly. You know, as my mom put it last year when I was trying to manage her diet, I'm 83, I can make my own choices. She's diabetic. I was just trying to control her carbs. I gave her a couple of, I had baked some sweet potatoes, basically made like little sweet potato bombs, like little nuggets with a little bit of honey on it. And I gave her like 3 little ones, you know, maybe as big as my thumb, like 3 nuggets like that. And she looked at it, looked up at me and said, "That's not going to do it." And it's like, look, you're not even supposed to have any of this. You know, I'm making this as like a treat. She's like, "Oh no, I need at least twice this amount. This is nothing. I want a lot more than that." And it's like, you know, I'm 83, I can make my own choices. And it's like, you know, it's a quality of life thing for you, so I'll feed you whatever you want. But understand that I feel like I'm poisoning you because you're not supposed to have these things between her kidney issues and the diabetic part. But, again, quality of life issue. I'll give you what you want. But when this goes horribly wrong, I'm guilt-free because I tried. I tried to get you to make good choices. Who's the parent in the room at this point? It's very strange. The role reversal that's going on here. But it's true. It is strange though. You know, my dad's got COPD, he's had a couple strokes, and he's running around doing projects in the hot sun all day long. I mean, I agree with the staying active part, and it's even recommended, like for me, with the emphysema. And bear in mind, I know I'm like, there's heavy breathe thing, but I'm bending over, so that's part of it. I'm like compressing my lungs. I don't really have that problem typically when I stand up straight, but I'm like talking to the screen, so. But, you know, all of us know what the right things to do are. I'm supposed to stay active. I'm supposed to do cardio. I'm supposed to do weightlifting. I'm supposed to watch what I eat because I can keep my lungs strong. And again, quitting smoking, hypothetically, I'm kind of hearing this from people, but no one, I really need to talk with a pulmonologist. No one is really willing to go, yes, what you think is accurate is accurate. I think if I quit smoking, because I know it's a progressional disease, you know, it does get worse. But I think, unless I'm around things that aggravate it, you know, like I wouldn't want to work in a chemical plant or something like that where I was breathing in vapors and stuff all day long. I think the progression of the disease slows way the hell down. And if I'm able to breathe like this right now, I'm 53. You know, if I'm not going to need oxygen until I'm 130, well, even with modern medicine, I'm willing to bet something will have taken me out by then. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm still a little terrified because, you know, 4th leading cause of death in the United States. You know, that keeps ringing in my head. But yeah. So yeah, the when that we keep referring to. I've had a couple people in other ways in my life ask me, what do I mean when I say when? It's the day that I get that phone call. You know, that I gotta go, take care of things. I'm trying to be as pragmatic as possible, because again, if I'm able to keep emphysema at bay and all that, which I'm sure based on the fact that even if I have moderate, I've got 5 or 10 years as long as I'm not stupid before, severe, very severe, the different stages. I'm fairly certain I've got more time than my parents, who are currently 83 and 84 respectively, and have each spent at least 2 months in the hospital. My mom spent 6 months in the hospital last year. My dad spent about 2 months in the hospital last year. I haven't been in the hospital at all. And I don't really care to. I know that I gotta be careful as far as lung infections. I guess if it gets really bad, I could have a lung collapse, which sounds really painful, and everything I've seen on it is definitely on the don't want to do that checklist. Yeah, but I mean, that's the kind of stuff, what they call an exacerbation, I think is the catch word that they keep throwing around in the videos that I'm watching on COPD and all that. As long as I don't have any of those, I should be fine for quite a while, I think. It's my first time with a terminal disease, so hey, I'm still figuring things out. What? Hey, Kaiser. Yeah, you're not allowed up here, you know that, right? Don't even do it. No. Oh. Just talking on camera. Okay. It's Kaiser. That's one of Lorgia, my girl that died. That's one of her actual kids. He's like 13. He's actually the oldest we've got now. And he is tiny. My youngest adopted him at like the age of 4. He saw the new kittens and picked up that guy and threw him over his shoulder and just walked out of the room. It was kind of that whole, my cat. So they've been pretty tight ever since. But anyway, I still don't know where Mike Pence is. I'd like to do next to normal too. Gesundheit. Hex. Chronic sneeze. He's had all kinds of different allergy tests and sinus medications, and he's just got the chronic sniffles. Maybe it's ironic that he's my cat. But yeah, next to normal, Dan. That's up there with Rent as far as I'm certain being a very tough emotional show to do, but I really like it. The music in it's pretty incredible, and there's an intensity to it that I like. Yeah, I just learned about that show a few years ago, but that kind of hit my bucket list too. That's another one that I could do now, or even in 5 years probably. As long as I keep aging this way, I should be alright. Because I figure he's mid-40s. And he's got a couple of kids that are like seniors in high school, like late high school age. Kind of, sort of, no spoilers. Yeah, so he's probably 40s, somewhere in 40s. I can get away with that, Not my favorite coffee. I really don't know where he is. I'm sorry. Believe me, I tell you. He's hanging out somewhere. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign off on this one. Make it a great day.